I've been a part of many of the extracurricular teams, such as badminton, volleyball, and track and field, learning how to play the bass and the baritone through joining wind ensemble and rock band, which have become some of my new favorite hobbies. The accomplishment that I'm most proud of was this past year when my class and I worked collaboratively to make a public service announcement video that we then submitted to the CBC Daily Bread Food Bank, and we won it.
As a class, we were studying food insecurity here in Ontario, but also in Woodbridge. Ben really got inspired by this, and actually we got a response back from the government, and our Member of Parliament came, and as a result of all of their hard work, but also Ben's leadership, they were able to really dive into this great big topic and explore it in a way that was extremely meaningful.
Some of the impacts that I have on my classmates and my peers is just being a good role model by doing the right things and having a growth mindset, and that just really creates a good and welcoming school environment.
I nominated Christopher Lee for a Celebrating Student Success Award because he is a standout student leader who is proactive, responsible, empathetic, demonstrates initiative, and leads with integrity, honesty, and optimism.
So some of my accomplishments in school is the Geography Club, where I'm the leader and the founder of the Geography Club. I always promote environmental awareness and promote sustainability. I'm also the boss ambassador in this school building, where I help out with different school events. And I'm also part of the AV team in this school, where we help out with the audiovisual equipment and also teach the new members of how to use those equipment as well.
Christopher builds genuine, positive relationships. Students are always thrilled to see him in their class or in the hallways.
I'm helping out with the community class, where I create those inclusive events, and I realized that I'm able to make others feel more belong and happy, and also when I see others are smiling, I also feel happy on that.
Some of the accomplishments at school I achieved is earning the trust of my teachers as a responsible and reliable student, participating in club activities like band, volleyball club, and chess club. And the achievement that I'm most proud of is earning the trust of my classmates and being a person that they could rely on to help them with problems. Something that motivates me to achieve my goals is to have a growth mindset, which is where I seek opportunities and challenges as ways to grow as a person.
Eunice is a member of the Toronto Symphony Orchestra, the youth orchestra, and just seeing her perform and the professionalism that she brings from that experience to the school and participating with other students, being prepared for when she's doing rehearsals. I feel confident if I had to go sit down, she could take over for me and teach the class with her knowledge of music and her playing skills.
So Jason is a highly involved student in the school building. He's our president of student council. Additionally, he's involved in our badminton teams as an athlete, but he also coaches. And he's also very involved outside of the community. He's very accomplished himself, but he wants to make Denison a better place for other students.
Something that I'm proud about is the academic accomplishments I've had. I've worked really hard, especially this year for university, to get my average up. Outside of my academics, I've also had a lot of community involvement. I've started the robotics team with one of my friends. I'm also been a part of the badminton team on the school for the past 4 years, all 4 years of high school. I just want to make a positive impact on the world, no matter how big or how small it is. My most proudest accomplishment, I think, is me deciding to run for student council president, as this has allowed me to improve the school and really try to make the school a welcoming and fun place for everyone to be.
I nominated Kabilan because he embodies success through his character, through his hard work, through his enthusiasm, his talent, his kindness, and compassion.
My motivation comes from my love of learning, trying new things, the support of my family, and the encouragement of my teachers. My working role during Autism Acceptance Month made a big impact on my school community. Each year, my classmate and I would draw a merchandise to help raise money for Autism Ontario.
Kabilan is very, very passionate also about cooking and nature. He's part of the gardening club, and whenever he goes into the garden, he will notice every little thing that's changed and all the beauty in the garden. And that's something that has been so nourishing to those around him, that he notices growth and positivity in our nature, in our environment, in our community.
I've worked with her since she was little, and just to see a person grow into herself and become a very independent, confident person has been the greatest accomplishment for myself professionally and for Lakshmi's life.
Getting my guide dog, Farah, she has definitely been a game changer, both in school and outside of school. With her, I have a lot more confidence than I did when I was a cane user at the school. With her, I also can travel independently and at a lot faster speeds, especially in the hallways that are fully packed with students. My parents have been extremely supportive throughout my entire life and have always encouraged me to keep going and keep going, keep going. And I see them, they never give up, they keep going. And that just pushes me to be like them and to make them proud and to make myself proud as well, because throughout my life there have been so many instances where I felt down and I felt like I couldn't do it or I felt like I wasn't enough. And then just seeing how far I've come and just seeing the things I can accomplish have definitely pushed me to keep wanting more and to keep achieving a lot more.
I don't think I've ever met a student who I can so readily rely on to be kind and compassionate and ready to engage in whatever learning is happening or whatever task is at hand or whatever challenge we're facing.
I think I love seeing other people be happy, like seeing how they enjoy the food or hearing their claps in the audience or seeing them when we take our final bows.
That empathy lens really allows for safe spaces to exist. So in my drama room, I really strive for everyone to feel accepted and welcome and who they are, that, you know, who they are and what they bring to the table. Everyone feels safe. It's like a safety net. I like to refer it as that because anyone and everyone is welcome. And of all my students, Lakshmi, I think, really reiterates that.
So when you get to be a part of that and make other people's lives better or more interesting, you get to immerse them in an experience. I love seeing people's face light up.
So some of my accomplishments in this school are that I'm student council lead with 2 other students. I am an eco team, Jedi, and youth space and yearbook team. Youth space focuses on mental health and well-being. I'm most proud of what we are doing right now, which is we're going to have a youth space night. We're talking about fidgets and how we can help with anxiety and well-being for younger students. And Jedi focuses on monthly events such as Ramadan, Autism Awareness Month, and all the important dates in the year. Jedi Autism Awareness Month, we get to support students who have these disabilities and create a sense of community. So Student Council, we made a survey, the 3 leaders, and this survey focused on the school improvement plan and how we can focus on creating a better community. And we got many great results, and we saw how happy students were, and we were very proud of how we've grown as a school.
Maddie stands out from other kids because she doesn't make it about her. And in that gentle leadership, she makes all kinds of things happen. A child of that age is actually living mindfulness and being in the moment, and then we all get caught up in that, and then we do it too.
I nominated Naval because I've had the pleasure of teaching and working with her since grade 9. She's always stood out to me because she is that type of student that just perseveres through everything. Naval is the type of student that takes every single task every single day. She completes it. She asks for feedback. She really puts her heart and soul into her work.
The accomplishments I'm most proud of is how I wrote a book and I got good grades. The book I wrote about was people as being different is okay.
Her positive attitude and friendly demeanor. She actually befriended one other student in the class that was quite shy, and I often saw her working alone, and Naval would consistently go up to her with that smile of hers. She really made people feel like they mattered and that they belonged.
Well, I'm a really supportive person. People can count on me and trust on me and ask me for help if they need any sort of help. During school or anywhere else, they can count on me.
Hi, my name is Nolan. I'm a grade 8 student at Hezbollah Public School. My accomplishments at the school are mainly in music, sports, and leadership. I've been on every school sports team, individual and team. I've been able to help Madame Ryan with coaching and development of the younger athletes and the intermediate and junior band.
Nolan has just been a leader throughout his entire career at our school. He is one of those students that just goes out of his way to help others.
I've had a positive impact at my school by helping younger students and helping the staff with the coaching and the music.
He really goes above and beyond the expectations. He really loves science and he is always throwing out innovative ideas.
The thing that motivates me the most is probably the adult in my life that's helped me the most, like my mom, dad, and the teachers at the school.
He also demonstrates running as he's doing it himself, so the students can actually see somebody who is accomplished and able to do the sport at a very high level. Tells them all the tips and tricks to be able to run more efficiently and faster and to really reach their goals as well.
Roy has been here with us for 3 years. He came in grade 10, and despite being new to the school and new to the country, he really just stood out right from the get-go.
Some of my accomplishments at school would be being the Black Student Association president in grade 12 and being celebrated for academic excellence from the Alliance of Educators of Black Students in grade 10 and 11. But the ones that I'm most proud of would be coordinating and leading a regional Black Student Association conference and also being celebrated from my school's soccer team in grade 10 and receiving a trophy for MVP. All my motivation really stems from my mom. You know, I really want to make her proud. You know, I live every day knowing that my actions really affect her, so I want to make sure that she's happy, so everything I do kind of reflects that.
If I could use one word to describe Roy, I would use the word leader. In every aspect of his life, he demonstrates that core leadership.
Rachel stands out from other students because she has this initiative and has this drive to do something great for the school. She came to my office 2 years ago when she was in grade 5 with a proposal for an extracurricular club called the Rising Minds Club. The presentation that she shared was so well put together and well thought out that I said to myself, I have to have this club running at the school. It would be so fantastic.
I guess my main motivation for why I do this is I really liked entrepreneuring as a kid, and still I do love entrepreneuring. Well, some of my accomplishments, it's mainly just the Rising Minds Club and organizing it. And I'd say that I'm most proud of how well everything ended up turning out in the carnival. I'm just so proud that so many people are willing to take the risk and to try doing things that they haven't done before.
I feel like since I came to a school where we didn't really have a YRAA hockey team, I kind of gravitated towards a lot of different sports to kind of try new things. So I played a little bit of rugby, I was on the school soccer team, and I'm going to join track this year. I've been a part of a lot of clubs, like the Muslim Student Association. I've been a part of student council for the past 4 years. I've been a high honor roll student all 4 years, and I feel like my biggest accomplishment was running for a grade 9 rep. It was kind of a stepping stone to kind of make a difference, not even just at the school, but within myself. It's helped me build a lot of confidence. It's kind of expanded my network in terms of I made a lot of friends from that, and I feel like that was kind of where it all started, and I feel like that's why it's the thing I'm most proud about.
Wants to make sure that what he does is for a purpose, and he wants to make sure that the future generations that come after him, what they do is better. He wants to leave the school better than when he came into it. So the impact that he has is always at the forefront of his mind, no matter what type of service, academic, athletic, community that he does.
Ritchie is a really unique individual. When he came to us as a younger student, Ritchie was a ball of energy. He's seen so much growth and change, and now as a grade 8 student, he can sit, he can listen, he learns, he's an active member of our community. He is a leader in the class. He helps kids feel safe.
What really motivates me is how my teacher gives me a safe environment to learn and helps me out with questions when I need help, which wants me to help others learn too.
He is a student that has had to overcome so much, to persevere and be resilient, to recognize that he needed to make a change is something that I've seen in him, and so I think that resiliency to keep going has really stood out for me.
I nominated Sebastian for the Celebrating Student Success Award because of the impact he's had on all of the students here at Richmond Green.
At school specifically, I have a lot of, roles within extracurriculars at my school. Currently, my most prominent ones are the President of Student Council, the President of Tech Crew, the President and Lead Engineer of Robotics Team, as well as the Vice President of Model UN.
If I needed to use one word to describe Sebastian and his attitude, demeanor, it would have to be togetherness. Sebastian has an incredible ability to bring people together, whether it's on a club or a team or activity.
Mostly, it's almost like a challenge to myself at this point. I want to see how much I can do, to what extent I can do those things, and how much I can really improve the community, but also just the clubs that I'm involved with. Being able to give the students at Richmond Green a better experience, a more colorful experience where they get to have these events, where they get to have fun, where they get to make these experiences is really important.
Yiming is an environmental hero. She has helped to support the many initiatives at our school. Yiming has a very positive, inclusive attitude. She loves all people and is always ready to lend a hand.
I'm just really passionate about conservation and environmental activism.
Yiming is one of the leaders of the Wait Club, and she helps to mentor new students and has been a very good mentor for the young women at our school.
What's really outstanding about her is that she's not really content to just achieve excellence herself. She brings other students with her and fosters excellence in everything that she's involved in.
Something that really stuck with me is just how generous this community has been, like in school and outside of school.
She doesn't let conventional expectations or things like that stop her from following what she thinks is the right thing to do.
So I nominated Anna for the Human Rights Ambassador Award because she's a leader and she challenges students to see things in a different perspective, which is what we really need when it comes to Indigenous education.
An initiative that we promoted dignity, justice, and respect was our Orange Shirt Day exhibit back in September, where we took an educational approach for students to come and learn about the history of residential schools, the resilience of Indigenous people, and the continued efforts of Indigenous people here.
She has done that through the IAC and asking people to join. She's also done it through encouraging people to take the courses. She's kind of like a silent leader at our school, but does it in a big way.
To continue this work, I see myself going into education and in the teaching path. So I've already accepted Queen's concurrent education for teaching, and eventually I hope to bring the same difference in perspectives and encourage students in the future to challenge what they've been told, change their perspective, and question what they've been previously taught, and always learn more and never stop learning.
I nominated Stephanie Ikharia for the Human Rights Ambassador Award because she is an excellent ambassador in our community.
At Markville, I've had the honor to become the president of our Black Student Association, and through this role, I've been able to really focus on promoting dignity and respect in my school environment, especially for the Black student population.
Student Alliance went to an Eastern conference with about 9 other schools. The mayor came to give a keynote speech and saw Stephanie and said, "Hey, Steph." That's the relationship she has with the mayor.
The first thing that comes to mind was recently we invited elementary school students to our school, have different activities such as book readings and paintings, all to teach them about Black history, because I believe knowledge about a culture is the first step to respecting that culture.
So her future's just super bright, and I'm just incredibly proud of her and honored that she saw in me, I'm gonna get emotional, honored that she invited me to hang out with her the last couple of years, because she works really hard. I'm very proud of her.
One accomplishment I'm most proud of is my involvement in Flight to Vitality, which is a nonprofit organization that I founded alongside my co-founder. And essentially what we do is we permeate hope and vitality to incarcerated youth in juvenile detention centers. And we essentially write positive messages inside mini paper airplanes and deliver it to them. And our team has sent well over 2,000 messages, and this is simply the beginning.
We've seen the growth within the school of the impact she's had. And we've seen it through many different ways. So I think that her leadership within these things really allows others to find their path as well and to be able to find an entry point that works for them.
Looking ahead, I think of continuing this organization by scaling our impact and obviously partnering up with more incarcerated youth and juvenile detention centers so that we can impact more overlooked communities.
Hi, my name is Madeline Bailey. I go to Emily Carr Secondary School and I'm in grade 12. I'm most proud of the work that I've done with the community classes at my school. Just being able to spend lunches with them and getting to know people who are different to you is really important to me. I think the impacts are really just the friendships that I've made, seeing people light up when they see me in the hallway, when sometimes the hallways can be a scary place, especially if you're different.
She's just such a thoughtful, pure, kind-hearted person, and you really see that in her interactions and the way she engages with our exceptional students. She takes inclusivity from something that's talked about in the environment to something that we really see and feel at Emily Carr.
I'm community class liaison, so my job is to make sure that the community classes are thought of when it comes to planning things. There's such a huge divide between the student body and then the student with disability body. And to me, kind of bridging that gap is so important. Just being somebody who is able to talk to them and just like high five people in the hallway, it makes it normal for everyone else around you and you can lead by example.